Hi, it's April from the Noble Garden. Today is June the 5th, 2021, and it is my 5th garden tour. I live in Central North Carolina, which is Zone 8A. If you've not watched any of my videos, it's a very long growing season. I'm very fortunate. And further ado, let's get to touring. Here are my Determinate tomato plants that are doing really good. Every time I come out, guys, I'm finding more and more bunches of tomatoes. Can y'all see that? Little clutter there. These are my potato plants. Remember, I planted red Kennebec, which are a white potato, and blue. They're in their flowering stage. And then we're going to look at my other Determinate, the ones that have lots of tomatoes on them. These are the ones that are like 2 weeks ahead of the other group. And they've got huge ones that we're kind of eyeballing. You see bunches of that in there. And then those are my other 2 big buckets of potatoes. This to be my herb tower. I had planted some seeds in it and it didn't really do its best. So I transplanted holy basil on top. You do see that my dill, there's some dill in there. And there's some dill right here that did do good. That oregano, I planted myself. And it's funny because now I see baby oregano on the other side. Here are my tomato rows. I am starting to be able to look off my deck and actually see them. And it's making me very happy because that's what I wanted them to do. But we'll take a walk down and take a quick glance at them. Last week when I made this video, I talked about staking them, which I did make a video for you guys, and it's up on my channel if you want to catch that video. But now I need to come through and do it again. Tomato plants, when they get started like this, guys, they grow very fast. And I do have a few tomatoes growing out here. If I can spot them real quick, I'll let you know. But look how big this one is. And it has flowers all over it. I'm super excited. And even these triple crops that are way behind everybody else have been growing. They have made some improvement there. These are my peppers. And they were struggling a little bit, but as I walk down this aisle, I'm noticing some of them are getting their leaves back and looking a little bit better. Peppers do better the hotter it gets, and it's been getting hot here. We've actually had storms the last 3 days, and it has been very hot and humid now because of that. Exactly what peppers like, hot. Here is another holy basil. And look how big these tomato plants are. They're huge. And here is one of my tomatoes growing. Actually, I see 2 tomatoes growing now. I didn't see the second one before. There's one. And I'm trying to... There's the second one. There we go. I zoomed out right there. You see those 2? And this is our Cherokee Purple. It's our favorite tomato. So that's always nice to see your favorite tomato growing. Yeah, I got some staking to do after this video. I'm watching them now and looking at them. They have gotten so big since my last video. Here's another tomato growing. Nothing's funner than coming out here, doing a garden tour, and finding all these tomatoes growing. These are more peppers. Some of them are flowering and getting taller. Tomatoes. Guys, that noise you hear in the background is my chicken laying an egg if no one's ever heard that before. That's what it sounds like. There's a tomato growing on this one. And guys, that's my Dr. Witchy. I'm extremely happy now today. I have a Dr. Witchy tomato growing. There's another one growing, and this is the Golden Jubilee. I don't know if y'all guys can get, there it is. There it is, I found it for you guys. This is exciting to see a few more tomatoes growing than I knew. I knew some were out here because of course, I come out here like every day looking for tomatoes. Before I even walk you guys around, look at the beauty of all that green. Nothing makes your heart smile more than watching the seeds you put in the ground, the seedlings that you put in the ground grow. My heart can't handle it sometimes. All right, let's get a closer view. So my sunflowers that you remember, these are my volunteer sunflowers that were in the middle of my beds that I moved to this location. My onions and my lavender, which I hope you guys can see all those bees. If you're looking for a good pollinator, I highly suggest this lavender. It is like this every single day. The only thing I will say is lavender is like a perennial in my area. So last year it was a very small plant that did not bloom. This is the second year it's grown. It overwintered, and I have noticed it blooming. My zucchini plants, which one of these I noticed has a squash borer in its stem, and I'm going to take care of that today by injecting some BT in it. Right when I'm done with this video. Some BT is getting injected. I'm probably going to put it in all of their stems just to be on the safe side, because I've been picking a lot of squash borer eggs off these leaves. My green beans are getting bigger, and they're climbing. And before you know it, I will be picking green beans, guys, because look at the flowers on these green beans popping up. I'm looking now just to see if I see any baby green beans, but I don't. Here is my Bolton broccoli that we talk about every round. And look at all these seed pods, guys. Every one of these pods have seeds in it. So I am going to harvest those. This right here also, if you let one of these go to seeds like this, I also see a lot of bees on this too, because there's bees on it now. But green beans. I also see a wasp here, so I'm going to go around this really quickly. Really quickly. Guys, wasps attack us, and they're not very nice to us, but they're actually good for the garden. So I try not to get in their way. I just stay out of their way. Here are, they got lots of holes in them. But here are my cabbages, cauliflowers, and broccoli. And that wasp is kind of in my way. I would love to show you guys something that me and my husband discovered earlier this week. And that is, I do have a cauliflower growing. But with that wasp in that area, I don't think I'm going to show you guys that. My okra plants are getting bigger. There's one there. And there's one right there. Basil. And of course, y'all know these are my pea plants, which I'm looking at a couple that need to be picked. But look how tall they're getting. I've always wanted to see that, guys. I've always wanted to see something grow up this trellis. Last year, my cucumbers didn't quite get as tall as I wanted them to. But look at that. Isn't that cool? Isn't that beautiful? I wish that wasp would leave so I can show you the cauliflower growing. But he is really sticking around. This is my honeydew on this side, as you can see. That's getting taller and flowering. My pumpkin, which pumpkin's another one you got to watch out for squash borers because it's considered a squash plant. So I'm kind of watching out for them. I always check it for its leaves too. Guys, I'm not sure what more my broccolis and cauliflowers are going to do, because it's getting hot. It's getting really hot. And they don't normally like that stuff. I'm looking for that wasp because I don't really see him. And I wanted to show y'all my cauliflower. I don't see him. All right. I'm not going to be able to show it to you, because I'm too scared, to be honest. All right. Here are my squash. There's one there. There's one there. Actually, you can see that cauliflower. Let's see if I can get y'all close enough. There it is. There's my cauliflower growing. I really need to come and tie the leaves together so that it stays white. But the other ones, I think it is broccoli. These two right here are broccoli, and I don't see any leaves in them. Sunflower. Here are my asparagus beans. You see them trying to latch on and climb up. Some cantaloupes, which I have one cantaloupe right here that has gotten significantly big. And you see how I lean the, I just see one now. This, what you want to do is you want to, oh, it's already attached to something. This is why you do this, because you don't want it to attach to anything except for the trellis. So that's what you do. You just keep putting its limbs on the trellis, trying to teach it. That's how you teach things to climb trellises. You just lay them up against like that. Here, I'll zone out. You see that? How I lean it against? Like this one's gotten so tall. There you go. That's how you do it. Just keep leaning it against like that. And these little things right here, that's what it attaches with. Here's my corn. Getting tall and beautiful. Here are my cucumbers. Starting to take off a little bit. They've actually gotten a lot bigger since the last time I looked at them. Oh, I actually see flowers on them that I didn't see before. I have another squash that's actually doing much better. Here's a look at some of my onions that are growing. It smells like broccoli. I just don't see anything growing in there. Cucumbers. Which cucumbers are the same way. You have to train them to grow up, so you just keep leaning them up. Look, first cucumber, male flower. So this is a male flower. It doesn't have a cucumber attached to it at the end of it. Oop, you see a little bee fly into it? Little mason bee. It's probably like, leave my stuff alone. I'm getting a couple flowers. Good. Here's another look at that wonderful bee-loving lavender. Telling you guys, grow you some lavender. I think I just counted 10. And I think I see a soldier bug on it. I'm going to have to look that one up when I leave. Guys, I'm going to show y'all a quick view of how big and beautiful strawberry plants get. I'm in the part of my season where they don't really produce much. However, I just got a handful that I'm going to share with my husband and my kids, because lately, to be honest with you, the birds get to them more than we do, because I didn't do a good job of protecting them this year. One thing with strawberry plants that I do talk about with you guys, or I have in other videos, is that they make runners. So, this is the mama plant. You see how I grew this baby? And you see how this baby's attached to the ground. So this is a runner. This is actually another runner. I'm going to put it closer to the ground. And what I do is I'll let that develop very well, and then I will clip it and move it to where I want. And mine are growing actually quite a bit of runners now that I look at it. But that is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about runners. I won't show you all of my bushes because they're in their first year and they're just not really doing much for us. But this, however, is one blackberry vine that's actually given us a few blackberries. Just wanted to share that with you guys. Here's a quick view of the flower garden. It is a mess. The kids have been working every day for 30 minutes trying to get all the weeds out. But you know, kids are not the best at it. But my sunflowers are getting bigger. The one thing I want to point out that I'm excited for are my moonflowers. They're starting to climb. Hopefully they get some buds soon because I want to watch some moonflowers. The last part of my tour that I always show you guys are my baby chickens. So this is actually 3 of the actual babies. And it's kind of cool because they probably range from 6 to 4 weeks old. Look how much more feather they are. And they're out here dust bathing. They're doing chicken things and it's really cool to watch. I love it. So they're spending a little time outside. They're big enough. They got enough feathers. Wait for it. Wait for it. Ah, Betty! I'm sorry. That was a little too much, guys. Anyways, George is in there laying on eggs. You drop a little bit of this, and of course, her fat butt's gonna come running because if you didn't notice, she's a fat chicken who loves food. But if you've noticed, actually, everyone's gotten a little fat. I love it. And these guys love their snack. So here are these 5 doing good, laying me 4 eggs a day still. I'm so proud of them. They're doing really good, guys. I love these chickens. All right, guys. One last view of chickens. These are the 4 littler ones. Look how much bigger they're got and how much more feathers. I'm thinking that maybe next week they could start spending some time outside. I just want them to have a little bit more feathers. They probably don't know what to think with all this room running around without the bigger ones, huh? On my channel this week, you will have a video of my watermelon patch that we put in. And I'm going to do also a tour of my chicken coop and chicken run that we started back in February that I know people have been waiting on. Thank you for watching my video. And remember, if you like it, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you.